Hola gente, muy buenas, bienvenidos un día más a Lunar Games. Volvemos con The Moment of Silence, ya lleva unos días, pero creo que sienta mejor un ritmo más sosegado de este juego porque es bastante denso. Y bueno, veis que estoy en el aeropuerto. En el último vídeo estaba en el apartamento de Peter, pero así nos comemos el viaje porque nos toca viajar a Lunar 5. Sabéis que las cosas se ponían interesantes. Y tenemos el boletín ganador para viajar a esa estación espacial. Que bueno, como ya sabéis, es un nuevo lugar. Os podéis esperar bastante conversación, sí, pero lo que pasa ahí es también interesante. Da un poco de grima, incluso, un poco aterrador. Y os advierto que marea bastante. Cuidado donde claváis la vista allí, o yo me mareo bastante. Todo da vueltas.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, sir. How can I help you?
I need some information.
Creo que está hecho para joder definitivamente la cabeza de la gente.
It's regarding...
Bueno, esto dice algo nuevo.
Can you sell me a ticket, please?
I would love to. Did you bring your lottery winner confirmation statement?
Yes, of course. Here it is.
That's great. Just a moment, sir.
Sure, no problem.
There you go. Now you can pass through to get to the terminal. The space elevator is ready for takeoff. Please board the shuttle immediately. And don't forget that smoking on board is not allowed.
Of course. Thank you, ma'am. Something else.
Serían más cosas.
I have one more question.
That's what I'm here for, sir.
I need some information about the flights out of Terminal C.
Are you an employee of Cargo and Tech Services?
No. Do I have to be?
Yes, sir, indeed. Because Terminal C only handles cargo airships of Cargo and Tech Services.
What exactly do these cargo and tech services do?
They transport heavy cargo for government offices, and they are also responsible for the maintenance of communication facilities in areas that are difficult to access.
Is there any chance that you can make an exception here? You know, I'm interested in Zeppelins, and ever since I was a kid, I had the wish to fly with one, at least once.
I am sorry, but I don't have any authority to give you that information, sir. For that, you would have to call Cargo and Tech Services directly.
When do Zeppelins leave from Terminal C?
Their flight schedules are not public information. Therefore, I can't give you any information about this.
And that is really totally top secret? But you only have to look out the window and then you see these things start and land.
Cargo and Tech Services want to prevent all attacks. Because of the recent bomb attacks by Luddites, the security level for this airport was increased. You probably heard about the crash of that London flight.
Yes. Yes, of course, I heard about that. What else do you have to do to comply with the new security rules?
Oh, there are different things. The scanner was changed, and their personnel is not allowed to bring any items aboard the Zeppelins that have metal parts.
Oh. And what do they do with their belongings then?
They lock them in one of the lockers.
Something else. I have one more question.
That's what I'm here for, sir.
Sí, está un poco mal distribuido siempre esto.
It's about your job here.
Yeah?
About the homeless out there.
Joder.
Why don't you leave those poor guys alone? They're not really hurting anyone here.
That's probably right, but I have my orders. Whoever has no ticket can't stay at this airport for an extended period of time. Standard airport regulations, and we are required to enforce these regulations.
But where else are these people supposed to go?
I know it's not terribly fair. If I had a hand in this decision, they could stay here. But unfortunately, that is not my decision.
In another 10 minutes, they'll all be back here inside. You want to bet?
Of course they are. And then I'll have to go outside and shoo them off again.
And that's how it goes on and on, all day long?
That's how it continues all day long. All of us. We got used to it already.
Wouldn't it make much more sense to find a long-term solution for this problem instead?
What do you mean by that? To throw these people in jail?
No, I mean, somebody should take the time to really take care of these people. To just shoo them away doesn't really make much sense. And it really doesn't solve the problem, now does it? Something else. Is it one of your responsibilities to control the entrance hall?
If you mean, do I replace the security officer? Of course not. But all cameras of the surveillance system here show up on my monitors. And if there are any difficulties or problems, I have the order to immediately inform the security office.
But you prefer to go and do it yourself?
I want to spare these poor guys the experience of the security office. Because when security arrives here, it gets really nasty. And then these guys get either locked up or beaten up. I think it's better if I take care of it.
Something else. That's it right now. Thank you very much.
Eso es todo. Vamos allá. Aquí está.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on board. Please fasten and check your seatbelts. We'll reach Lunar 5 at 17:30 Earth time. We'd like to thank you for choosing STS Transportation.
Curioso que esté tan vacío. El viaje tiene que ser la hostia, pero ir allí es una tortura, la verdad. Sobre todo por el mareo que yo pillo, Pero bueno, aguantaré por vosotros. No me preguntéis si la estructura atraviesa la capa de ozono porque no lo pillo. Es muy raro eso, no sé si es posible. Ahí estamos. Y eso sí es un recibimiento.
Fantastic. The commercial for Lunar 5 really didn't promise too much.
No, eso es lo que me refería. Veremos varias ventanas en que todo da vueltas.
Oh, you must be Mr. Wright, our first prize winner.
Me? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I guess that would be me.
My name is Linda Franks. During your stay, I'll be your swellness attendant.
I'm sure you meant, wellness attendant.
Oh, yeah, sorry. I always get those mixed up. These difficult words are just so... Oh.
Difficult?
Yeah, exactly. Did you have a pleasant journey in the space ventilator, Mr. Wright?
Space ventilator? Oh, yeah, of course. Thank you for asking. It was very interesting, and it went by so fast.
Have yourself a cocktail and relax. Here you go.
Los cócteles.
Actually, I'm not so much into alcohol.
No, but our guest file says that you prefer Crown's Gold whiskey with soda, mostly without ice, and preferably before 10 p.m.
You can read that in my file? But how...
Oh, we always like to be informed about our guests in order to make their stay as
Esto ya es lo
pleasant
primero
as
siniestro.
possible.
Oh, I understand.
Have your drink. And welcome to Lunar 5. And if you have a wish, and it really doesn't matter what kind of wish it is, please let me know.
Oh, yeah, sure. Thank you very much, Linda. Oh my gosh, I'm feeling a little bit dizzy from these cocktails.
Cócteles de los cojones.
Success at work and in love with Light Life Food. Light Life, let's live light. Longing for relaxation? Need peace and quiet in exotic surroundings? Visit Lunar 5, the orbital vacation station. A
Spam
ticket
está en la
for the
sopa.
National State Lottery costs only 20 credits, and with a bit of luck, your dreams may come true.
En el 2 no pasa nada.
Cabin status. Your cabin has been optimally programmed. The temperature is 20 degrees Celsius. The pressure is at 1013 hectopascal. The composition of the air complies with normal Earth values. There are no detectable abnormalities.
Vale.
An air duct. It belongs to the air conditioning system.
Como siempre, ya sabéis que siempre es bueno observar para que tengáis una idea de cosas que os pueden ser útiles después. Nada. El cagadero. Qué moderno. ¡Ay, maldición! ¡Quita! Quita, me mareo. Vale, el vaso... Bueno, también podríamos dejarlo aquí y después hacer uso. Pero bueno, no pasa nada si lo pillamos ahora. También es un poco puñetero aquí el lugar, los planos que hay. Bueno, por ahí nada, bajamos aquí. Seguimos bajando. Seguimos bajando. Recordad que ahora esta es la 28, igualmente os saldría el punto de interacción. Y ahí. Todo es circular, o sea, daríamos la vuelta. Acabaríamos dando la vuelta, se supone. Y aquí otro pasillo, pero bueno. Puede parecer lioso, pero no tiene tanta pérdida como parece.
Engine room. No entry. I don't have the key. Look at that. Look at that.
Uy, ha salido algo. Debía ser la puerta. Quita, quita. Los pájaros son un poco excesivos, ¿eh?
Mr. Wright! Is everything all right? Do you have any wish?
I do have some questions, if that's okay.
How nice. I passed the intensive seminar, questions presented by guests, with honors. Just ask me anything, and I can definitely give you the answer exactly as stated in the training materials.
Oh, that ought to be interesting. Please, tell me something about this station.
With pleasure. What would you like to know?
How many tourists come here every year?
Oh, at peak period, hundreds every week.
And when is this peak time?
Lunar 5 doesn't exactly have tourist seasons, but cycles with more or less guests.
Uh-huh. And how does it come that you have these cycles, then?
Well, our guests come from all over the world, but the lottery has certain draw times, and sometimes not so many people win. The luck is just spread out a little unevenly.
By the way, why does this station have two rings? As far as I know, visitors are only allowed in one of them.
Yes, that's right. Lunar 5 has a second deck beside the main deck where experiments are carried out under space conditions on behalf of the government. A fully automatic experiment unit runs day and night in Ring 2, the so-called Sector B. It helps the outstanding experts of QB to develop medicine, vaccine and plant types under vacuum conditions, so that life on our planet becomes more beautiful, more healthy, and yet more safe. QB products for a more beautiful life.
What was that?
QB products for a more beautiful life.
I think you might be better off not quoting that last sentence you just said in your tour infos. I believe that sentence is not part of your presentation monologue.
Oh, you reckon? That... I didn't know that.
Simply skip it. I think then it's okay.
Spam exagerado.
What exactly is in these cocktails?
The cocktails Lunar 5 were developed by a highly qualified team of scientists according to the latest findings in nutritional physiology. They contain carbohydrates, trace elements, vitamins, and nutritional supplements in optimally calculated doses. The pleasant taste is caused by a special amplifier formula that unites only the best out of 3 pounds of artificial fruits. Energy cocktails from Cubichem put you in a good mood, give you a clear complexion, and an unencumbered sense of well-being.
Sí, ya veis que Peter no se sentía muy bien después de tomar algunos cócteles.
I'm feeling a little bit
¿Qué dices,
dizzy from
borrachera?
these cocktails.
Any indigestibility symptoms after consumption of our cocktails disappear after just a short period of time. However, such undesirable effects can be avoided if you take the cocktails regularly. Should your complaints, however, still persist, please consult our board physician, Dr. Jenkins.
Importante.
He will gladly help you to find just the correct dosage for you so that you can enjoy optimal well-being.
Unencumbered well-being. I just get the impression that these cocktails contain a whole lot of alcohol. Something else that has a similar effect on my senses.
Because of the unusually ideal supply, you could experience sporadic irritations of your sensory organs. In most cases, these irritations disappear with the third cocktail.
No estoy seguro si el Dr. Jenkins no aparece hasta que lo mencionan. Así que es importante por si acaso hablar con ella, aparte de enterarnos de algunas cosas interesantes.
Do all guests drink these cocktails?
It is medically recommended to take part in the cocktail programs. And if you read page 24 of our General Terms and Conditions of Business, you will notice that the cocktails are not only free, but also obligatory for your stay.
That means I have to drink this stuff?
It is extremely important for Cubichem that all visitors of Lunar 5 leave the station happy and satisfied. Page 29 of our General Terms and Conditions of Business explicitly points out that if you are a winner of a stay in Lunar 5, you are obliged to use Cubichem products. You won your stay with a lottery ticket, didn't you, Mr. Wright?
Yes, I did, but I didn't have the faintest idea.
Through the acceptance of the lottery win, you have obliged yourself to voluntarily partake in product tests and promotional measures of Cubichem, including but not limited to the acceptance and reception of the advantageous health products from Cubichem's portfolio. Cubichem, we want only the best for you.
Well, this is going to be fun. There's something else.
Yes?
Can you give me some basic facts, please?
With pleasure. Lunar 5 is a fully air-conditioned orbital vacation station. 3,500 highly qualified engineers and 7,500 orbital construction workers were involved in the construction phase, working 24-hour shifts on the erection and interior of the 2 large rings, which each measure a diameter of 500 meters. The building costs for the whole complex accumulated to 20 billion credits.
Wow, 20 billion credits. By the way, which company is running Lunar 5?
The station is financed and operated by Cubichem and the United Bank Trust, which are, on their part, 100% subsidiaries of the General World Holding, whose majority shares belong to Global Centralized Services.
That means, in plain language, the station is owned by the state?
Oh, sorry. But that question is not found in the training materials.
Oh, don't worry. So, when Global Central Services holds the shares, it's all clear. The station is owned by the state. Can I ask you something else, please?
That's why I'm here, Mr. Wright.
Can you tell me a little bit about yourself?
Oh, how nice of you to ask me that.
Where do you come from?
From Earth, of course.
That's obvious. I mean, from where on Earth?
I come from California. The sun always shines there. In any case, during the day.
I've heard about it.
You've been there before? Perhaps we know each other. I live in Los Angeles, on the 562nd floor of Lightlife Towers. Sure, we've met each other there, haven't we?
Los Angeles has 34 million citizens. I would guess we've missed each other.
Piso 500. Será la puerta.
How did you get this job here?
Oh, through a model casting. I was one of the winners of a modeling competition with 87 points.
87 points. That sounds great. And what was the highest score of the model who won?
You're supposed to have as less points as possible. And be beautiful. Funny, isn't it?
As less points as possible. What kind of competition was that?
Oh, I don't know. Sitting for ages in front of a computer terminal to answer stupid questions, and at the end, all scored points were added up.
Uh-huh. And what kind of questions did you have to answer?
Oh, completely boring crap. Complete this numerical sequence. Continue these patterns further. Which of these forms corresponds to another? Things like that.
Oh. Now I understand. And you solved them all correctly?
No. The tasks were all wrong. You couldn't make any sense out of it. Moreover, the time was much too tight. I always marked, I don't know, so that I'd just be the first to finish it. And so I got the job. Another girl had 138 points. Obviously, she had no chance. However, she said that she could still go back to her other job.
What kind of job was that?
Oh, I think something about physics. Something really boring.
Oh, yeah. That's really boring.
So, you think I'm doing a good job?
In my opinion, you are perfectly qualified for this job here. Yes.
Vamos, que no eran puntos de belleza, sino puntos de estupidez. O sea, la menos lista iba a trabajar aquí.
How long have you worked here already?
For 2 years. Before I was at Drive-In Gigafry in L.A. But frying burgers was simply not demanding enough for me.
So now, tell me, is serving cocktails really so much better?
Oh, sure. I can use my talents much better here. And the uniforms here are much more fabulous.
Are you down on Earth very often, or have you lived up here for the past 2 years?
At the beginning, I was on Earth quite a lot. However, I've actually been here for the last 10 months.
Don't get me wrong, but I think I couldn't stand it to be here that long.
Oh, you'll learn to appreciate it, Mr. Wright. Just wait a little while. When the 4 weeks are already through, you won't even want to go.
Bueno, estupidez no, ignorancia. Estupidez es una palabra muy fea.
What exactly do you have to do here?
I'm responsible for the new guests, to take good care of them. And you are a new guest. After 2 weeks, my colleague will take over, so that it won't be boring for you.
Great. Then what can the two of us do during the next 2 weeks?
Whatever pleases you, Mr. Wright. I'll answer your questions, bring you cocktails, accompany you to the pool, take care of your cabin, and always be there at your disposal.
Oh, yeah. Well, that sounds really good. And then after 2 weeks, it's Susan's turn? Can I ask you something else, please?
That's why I'm here, Mr. Wright.
Please, tell me something about the other guests.
My pleasure. They're all wonderful people.
Ah,
Can I ask you something else, please?
That's why I'm here,
Vale, no, es
Mr.
que-
Wright.
cuando vayamos conociendo a gente podremos preguntar de forma individual.
I've got some questions regarding my vacation up here.
I am trained to answer your every question, Mr. Wright.
What is this strange micro thingy in my cabin? Can I turn it off somehow?
You mean the cabin computer? During your stay, the cabin computer provides the oxygen supply and a pleasant scent for the optimal ventilation of your cabin. All parameters are constantly controlled by a deep-mind chipset and adapted if necessary. It also monitors your vital functions like pulse, breath frequency, and blood pressure, and advises you, if necessary, to take a cocktail. In the unlikely event of a malfunction or a disturbance, the computer will inform you immediately about countermeasures and escape routes. Additionally, the computer will simultaneously release an anti-panic agent through the cabin ventilation. In such an emergency, please follow the instructions of our service personnel.
So this thing controls my vital functions? Honestly, I would like it much better if I could be by myself in my cabin. I mean, have some privacy, you know.
Mr. Wright, the whole of Lunar 5 helps you to relax. However, this relaxation should come from within. You will see in a couple of days, and with the help of our program, you'll feel much better.
I found a door over there. I would think it leads into Sector B. I would really like to look around there just out of curiosity. Maybe you offer a guided tour, or you have official opening hours for your visitors.
I'm sorry, but Sector B is only to be entered by authorized QBChem service personnel. That sector is too dangerous for the visitors and guests.
Oh, that's too bad. There are no exceptions?
I am sorry, Mr. Wright. Even Dr. Jenkins doesn't enter the sector, even though he's the only one who has the key for any absolute emergency.
I would like to leave Lunar 5.
Oh, but why, Mr. Wright? Is anything not to your satisfaction?
Let's just say I've seen enough. And I still have a lot of work waiting for me in New York.
I am sorry, Mr. Wright, but paragraph 34 of our Terms and Conditions of Business unambiguously regulates that you may only depart at the end of your vacation.
What was that? Are you telling me I'm not allowed to leave the station?
The only exception is the occurrence of an emergency, and I am glad to inform you that Lunar 5 has been operating failure-free since its completion. Enjoy your vacation, Mr. Wright.
Oh, this is great news. So I'm stuck up here?
You can look forward to 4 wonderful weeks, Mr. Wright, and when you leave Lunar 5, you'll feel like a new person.
Can I ask you something else, please?
That's why
I've got some questions.
I am...
Can I ask...
Parece que ya está, sí.
Thanks, Linda. That was very interesting.
Bueno,
See you
tenemos
See you later, Mr. Wright.
cosas raras aquí. Cócteles sospechosos, azafatas ignorantes que no se cuestionan nada, se aprenden un manual y ya está, y que no nos dejan salir de aquí. Bueno, también es un viaje en el espacio, algo que parece muy, diremos, exótico, selecto. Pues quizá tiene unas condiciones, podríamos aceptarlo, pero aún hay que ver qué pasa.
Look at that. An Apollo 34 spacesuit. They used to wear these suits on these Jupiter missions. Bill's still totally convinced that it was all a big setup. That they filmed these missions in some Hollywood studios. But honestly, who would actually believe in such an incredible conspiracy theory?